Hello, hello, hello. If you are here to learn about how to identify ideas in your business that you should do next, you're in the right place. Grab your pen and paper. You're going to be doing some writing and drawing out a matrix and downloading a matrix and printing it out. So this is a working training. So go ahead and get ready, get yourself situated, get some water, and let's dig in. So first of all, we're going to talk about how to choose your next great idea. If you're anything like me, you are a little bit all over the place with your ideas, and your brain never stops and never sleeps. And sometimes when you wake up after a good sleep, you have a million more ideas. Clearly, we all have 24 hours in a day. We can't implement everything. So I've learned a tool, actually came from my university days. I learned a tool called the Idea Assessment Matrix. Just call it the Idea Matrix for short, and it helps me put some order to chaos and help me clearly evaluate what to work on next. And the cool thing is that the outcome of the tool changes depending on what I put into the tool. And I'll tell you more about that in just a minute. So it helps you identify the best opportunities or strategies for you to pursue first. That's it. By the way, you can use this tool for anything, for business, for where to go on vacation, for what kind of car you want to buy or vehicle you want. Anytime you're stuck with making a decision, you have a lot of choices, you can just plunk them in this tool. I usually do it on a big flip chart, and I scribble it out, and that helps me make decisions when I'm stuck on something because I've got too many options. So first of all, we're going to solve your overwhelm today. My goal for you today is by the end of this session, whatever you're overwhelmed about, pick something in your life. It could be, where to send your kids for school or what to buy your family for Christmas. It doesn't have to be business related, although I'll do both a personal and a business related run through of the tool so you can see how to apply it in multiple situations. So learning this matrix helps you to evaluate ideas, products, markets, business concepts to determine viability before launching a new product. Now, be honest, how many of you have jumped into something because it's in front of us? You got a shiny, bright and shiny object glaring in the face. Oh, I'm going to go do that. But you don't do any evaluation before you do that because we want that dopamine hit, right? We have all done it. I know some of you are nodding your heads with me right now because I'm nodding my head as well. I do the same thing. So this tool helps put some buffers on that tendency we have as entrepreneurs. So first of all, a little bit about myself. My name is Barbara Drazda. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. I'm a little bit on Instagram. I need to get better at that, but mostly Facebook is where I do most of my business and hang out. I'm a multi six-figure e-commerce seller. I started selling on eBay back in 1996 and on Amazon about 10 years ago. I'm a multi-million dollar digital and coaching program creator. I started producing research reports and trainings and coachings back in 2002. It's now 2025. Yes, I am that old. And between then and now, I've generated multi-millions of dollars in revenue from digital and coaching programs. And then I buy and sell liquidation. Fast forward to today, I've got 11,445 square feet. I rounded it up to 12K. Warehouse here in Phoenix. I've actually got two commercial properties side by side. I'm in one of them today, streaming to you. I buy and sell liquidation, but only new products. I don't buy and sell used products or store returns for the most part. And I teach people how to buy and sell liquidation, which is kind of fun. And then last year, 2024, I launched my first subscription box. And then a couple months later, I launched my second one. And I'm rolling out subscription boxes now in different markets to focus on creating monthly recurring revenue because I want income stability. There's all kinds of, always chaos going on in markets, and I don't like to rely on outside anything. If one market is going down, I want to be able to have that monthly recurring revenue. That's the income stability. So I launched into subscription boxes just last year, and it's doing okay. It's doing pretty good. I'm actually having fun at it too, which is even better. So before we go on, I just wanted to let you know that I've opened up my 90-day accelerator. My private coaching program is limited to 5 people. I wanted to show you this first to get it out of the way, and then we're going to dig into the training. It's just $795 for 3 months. Now, normally my coaching is $3,000 for 3 months. You're getting it for $795. I decided that with some stuff going on in today's marketplace and today's world and the daily kind of uncertainty and chaos that I could take on 5 people at a highly discounted rate to help you get from whatever you want to work on today, that whatever you come out of the matrix with today, in 90 days, we're going to have that thing launched. That is my goal. So you can also do a payment plan, $300 to begin today, and then 2 monthly payments for 300. But you can save over $100 just by grabbing it for 795. Only 5 people. I'm going to allow in because it's a couple times a month we're going to be meeting, and you'll have access to me on a regular basis throughout the week as well. So just go to tinyurl.com/90accelerate. That's tinyurl.com/90accelerate. And you can get more details about it and see whether or not that's a fit for you. And love to see it in there if it is a fit. And we'll just start working on this now. Ooh, so that's interesting. My slides did something weird. So you're going to go to download your idea evaluation matrix. We're going to dig in here. You're going to download it at tinyurl.com/my idea matrix. I don't know what happened to that text here, but that's all right. Easy peasy. Or go to tinyurl.com/my idea matrix, and it's going to ask you to make a copy. And that is yours. That is going to be an Excel spreadsheet. I'm sorry, it's going to be a Google sheet. And you can open it up and you can, you're going to create a copy of it, and that makes it yours on your in your Google account, and then you can modify it at will. So this is your template to start any of your brainstorming on. Let me just check the chat here. It looks like somebody's asking me. Awesome. Can you please put it in chat? I can do that. So it is tinyurl.com/my idea matrix. That should do it. And remember, you can always screenshot anytime you see something. Go ahead and test that out. That should work. Screenshot anytime you see something, Jen, that you might want to revisit again. So I'm going to give you a second to download that, make a copy. And by the way, you don't need to do this on the computer. What I do with my coaching students is I'll download or I'll print this out on cardstock, and then I'll laminate it and I'll mail it to them with a whiteboard marker, which is kind of fun because then you can, write it in and erase it, and write it in and erase it. And then I also draw this out sometimes just on a little notebook piece of paper over dinner where I'm trying to get some clarity on a direction I'm trying to go. I'll just crosshatch this out on a cocktail napkin and work through it. So you don't have to use the computer to use this tool. It is as simple as what you see on the screen. And I'm going to show you how to fill this in. So first of all, we've got a couple of rules. So not rules, but guidelines. So we've all heard the term brainstorming, right? So just for a little bit of background, so that I know what I'm talking about. I've got a secondary degree in it's kind of a mouthful. It's creative problem solving, leadership, and facilitation. I got that at Buffalo University, so Buff State University. So that is actually a master's program on creative problem solving techniques and tools. And this is one of the tools. It's called the idea matrix. And one of the things that we learn in brainstorming is that you just do a free flow of thought. And when you're free flowing thought, you don't put any parameters on it. You kind of ignore that little negative Nelly that we all have in our heads. But I can't do that, right? Just ignore it. And brainstorming is just dumping a bunch of ideas down. And then the second half of brainstorming is where you narrow your list down. So there's divergence, which is brainstorming, and convergence, where you maybe group some of the ideas you have and sort of bring that big list you have in brainstorming down to a smaller list that you can then start evaluating. So that's what we're going to do, but we're going to have some fun with it. Now, it is Phoenix, Arizona, and we are normally 120 degrees in the summer, but right now it's cold here, and we have a big storm rolling in. It's raining pretty hard, nice big wind going. So I'm kind of thinking I want to go somewhere warm right now. Although I do like the rain and the wind. It's sometimes you just want to Calgon take me away, right? So when you brainstorm your criteria, you're going to brainstorm a list of the criteria that are important to you so you can evaluate your ideas against them. So when we brainstorm, we're not just brainstorming ideas that we want to evaluate, but we're also brainstorming the criteria against which you're going to evaluate your ideas. Now, this will make sense in a second. So we're going to prioritize which ideas to start with and clarify which ideas are a no-go. And we can do all this with the matrix. I promise this will all make sense. So first of all, go download your matrix. Again, not sure why the font is doing this at tinyurl.com/myideamatrix. And then we're going to put your short list of ideas on the left side and the criteria on the top. But we're going to have some fun with this, and this is what it looks like, by the way. We're going to talk about where you want to go for your next vacation. So your ideas will go down. You'll brainstorm ideas. I know we're going through this at hyper speed. When you use this matrix on a regular basis, you can sit down with a cup of coffee or your favorite beverage and leisurely go through this. I just want to show you the tool and explain to you how to use it, and then you can get to go practice. So your ideas will be listed on the left-hand side, and your criteria will be listed at the top. Now I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So we're going to use a scoring system. Now here's what we don't do. We do not rank things by numbers and then add up the numbers. Absolutely not. With this matrix, what it does is gives us a kind of an intuition piece to it. So at the end of putting together this matrix, it's pretty clear what you should do first, second, and third. So we're not going to use numerical values. We're going to use symbols like plus, minus, and question mark, or smiley face, sad face, neutral face. And here's what that looks like. So you'll have ideas down the left, criteria along the top, and then you'll rank the idea against the criteria, each criteria, starting with idea number one, either with a smiley face, a sad face, or a neutral face, or a plus, minus, question mark. So let's dig in and talk about vacation ideas. So whatever the weather is where you are, if you're out on the East Coast and you're in the middle of snow and cold, I'm sure you're probably thinking about, man, I really, really want to go on vacation. So we brainstormed a list, and this is just a list that some of my coaching clients during one of these practice sessions came up with. They brainstormed all together. And the ideas on the left-hand side include, now pretend you have a family of like 4 people or more, and everybody wants something a little bit different. How do you figure out how to make everybody happy, right? So we use a matrix and we get everybody involved in the family in the matrix, much like you would use the idea matrix with your staff to get everybody on board on what your next project to work on is. So some ideas were surfing in the Cayman Islands, taking a Caribbean cruise, a week in a Tuscan farmhouse, hiking in Costa Rica, hiking the Appalachian Trail, Disney in Shanghai, teaching English in Swaziland, and round the world city hopping. And these are just some of the ideas that they generated. Okay, well, now we need to come up with some criteria. So we're going to brainstorm criteria and then put the most important criteria up at the top. So let's say you're a family of 2. Let's say you're a retiree and or just a young couple, and you want to like put the kids on hold for a while, give them to grandma, and get out and have a little bit of me time with your spouse. So one of the criteria would be the experience has to be adult only. And another criteria would be a cost piece, cost less than $1,200 per person. It's warm and sunny. Wherever you go has to have water sports. It has to have mountains, and it has to have luxury accommodations. So now we're going to take each idea by each line, and we're going to rank them either using our smiley face or our plus minus. And here's what that might look like. So you start at the top with surfing in the Cayman Islands, and you rank it against each of the criteria at top. So the first criteria is, can you have an adult-only experience surfing in the Cayman Islands? Can you get to the Cayman Islands for under $1,200 per person? Is the Cayman Islands warm and sunny? It might depend on time of year. Do the Cayman Islands have water sports? Does it have mountains? And can you have luxury accommodations? And you go line by line on the left-hand column and you evaluate each of your ideas against your criteria. I hope this makes sense to you. It'll all come together. And I know we're having fun using the vacation idea, but I promise I'm going to show you shortly a real life, my own scenario for using this in your business. So here's what that might look like. So you noticed in this example, we use the smiley face, the neutral face, which is a round donut, and then the stop sign, right? Again, we don't use numbers and we do not add up columns with this tool at all, ever. So what it comes out to is that the Cayman Islands is a clear option one because it provides all of those things. The Caribbean cruise, you see there are a lot of donut holes, which is a kind of like, well, I'm not sure. That means you need to gather more information. Week in a Tuscan farmhouse, nope, not so much with the water sports. Hiking in Costa Rica is a close second to the Cayman Islands, but you need to find out more about if it has water sports and luxury accommodations. Let's say Disney in Shanghai is probably not going to meet a lot of those criteria, like adult only, costs under $1,200 per person if you're flying in from, let's say, America. Teaching English in Swaziland would be a hard no because that doesn't really meet all of your criteria. Maybe it's warm and sunny, I don't know. And then round the world city hopping doesn't really meet your criteria as well as surfing in Cayman and hiking in Costa Rica. So I'm going to let you look at this for a second and let it soak in. Remember, we don't use numbers. And a lot of this, we step back physically. I'm physically stepping back from my computer to look at this, and it's clear what option sticks out to you. Now let's apply this to your business ideas. You're going to start with a clean idea matrix. And at this point in time, it should be pretty easy for you to see what that looks like. If you haven't downloaded the template yet, that's okay. Grab a piece of paper, draw it out. It's just a grid. That's what it looks like. Now, I'm sure you have already brainstormed or you have a list in your head of marketing ideas, business ideas, promotional ideas, things you want to maybe explore in your business or launch in your business. Write those down. And let's try to limit it to like 8 or 10. And you're going to write those down in the left-hand column. Now, normally you would take a little bit longer to brainstorm and just, brainstorm free flow, big piece of paper, lots of ideas, and then maybe group them together. But for the purpose of this presentation, let's just choose the top, 6 to 10 ideas that you might want to launch in your business or implement in your business. Now we're going to brainstorm a list of the criteria against which to rank your ideas, and you're going to enter them in the top row. And I'm going to show you an example because I know it's once this clicks in, I promise you this is going to become second nature. So I will show you some real life examples in my matrix that I'm going to bring up in just a second. So you're going to brainstorm ideas for the left column. You're going to brainstorm a list of criteria against which you're going to rank your ideas and enter those on the top row. Just make, 5 or 6 of them. Doesn't have to be a lot. In fact, if you do too many of them, it becomes a little bit too confusing. Now we're going to rank each idea against each criteria using smiley, frown, neutral emojis or plus minus question mark, which is the one that I've defaulted to in my business is plus minus question mark. Then we're going to evaluate the outcome. And after we fill in that matrix, I literally step back from it or maybe walk away for a second and come back. And 1 or 2 ideas shine out from all of the others, just like it did in our example of vacation, the vacation matrix. So are there any ideas that stand out against the rest? Are there any ideas that clearly don't meet most of your criteria? Now you're going to choose one to pursue. Now remember, the others are still going to be there when you're ready for another project. But here's the fun thing about using the idea matrix. When you change the criteria at top, the outcome of the matrix changes. When you change the criteria at top against which you're evaluating ideas, the outcome with the very same ideas, the outcome changes. Let's take a look. Again, here's what it looks like when it's blank. You're going to have the ideas down the left-hand side and the criteria up at the top. Now, I know I'm repeating myself, but I really want this to become kind of burned in your brain here. Don't put too many criteria because it could get really messy. And the whole idea is to put some order to chaos by using this matrix. So here we go. These are actually some ideas that I've had. Down the left-hand side, I've brainstormed a bunch of ideas for what do I want to do next in my business. One would be live selling on social media. Another would be open a car wash facility, buy a commercial building, start a power washing business, launch a new Amazon bundle, create a digital training program, launch custom woodworking business, and launch a subscription box. Now I need to rank these ideas because clearly they're kind of all over the board, aren't they? A lot of different ones. So to help put order to chaos, I create some criteria that are absolute have-to-haves. I want to launch within 90 days. I want to have under $1,000 investment in whatever I choose to do next. I'd like the next project to be able to be outsourced. I'd like to leverage my existing knowledge so I don't have to go learn, take a course, learn something new. I want to leverage my existing knowledge. And then will it have a long-term positive effect on my business? Is this just a shot in the dark? Hold a garage sale and that's it. End of the day, that's what you make, but it's not really building my business. And then can I generate profit within 30 days? Now, again, these are just my criteria and my ideas. Your matrix will look different or may look different. You can borrow some of my criteria up there because a lot of these are the criteria against which I will just change the ideas on the left-hand side and run more ideas through the same matrix using those same criteria. So here's what it looks like. So first I take number one, live selling on social media, and I'm going to go left to right. And I'm going to ask myself, so can I launch live selling on social media within 90 days? Yes, sir. In fact, I might even put two pluses there. Is it an under $1,000 investment? Yes, sir, because it's using the inventory I already have. So I could put two pluses there if I wanted. Can it be outsourced? Now I put a negative here, but I literally just hired a couple of live streamers, and the first one went live from my warehouse last Friday. So initially, maybe it cannot be outsourced, but I'm moving in the direction of being able to outsource that. So I might put that as a question mark. Leverages my existing knowledge. Yeah, I know my product. Maybe I need to, I could put question mark there too, because I do need to learn a little bit about live selling. Sometimes you've got to learn the platform. What I decided to use the Whatnot platform for live selling, and I did not have any knowledge about how to use that platform. Now I do a little bit, but I'm still maybe a little unsure. So that would change to a question mark. Recurring revenue potential. So this is a matrix that I filled out a couple of weeks ago. So my answers have changed. Yes, it has recurring revenue potential because I can hire it out and have people come in, multiple people streaming from the platform or from the warehouse multiple times a day without me being here. And then it can generate profit within 30 days. I wasn't sure when I first started. Now I'm hands down, yes. That would be a double plus. In fact, I'm going live today with a bedding show on Whatnot, bed sheets, and it'll generate money at the end of the show. So open a car wash facility. Launch within 90 days, probably not. Under $1,000 investment, definitely not. It can be outsourced, maybe, not easily. Leverages my existing knowledge. Nope. I don't know anything about opening a car wash facility. Recurring revenue potential, yes. Generates profit within 30 days, probably not. Buy a commercial building. Launch within 30 days. Maybe. I might be able to pick one up within 90 days, within 90 days. Under $1,000 investment, probably not. Can be outsourced, no. Leverages my existing knowledge, maybe somewhat, a little. I would have to, do some work and educate myself about some things to do that. Recurring revenue potential, yes, if I were to rent out some spaces and generate profit within 30 days. Nope. Start power washing business. I can launch that in 90 days. I can do it for under $1,000 probably. Can I outsource it? Maybe. Does it leverage existing knowledge? Nope. Don't even own a power washing thing. Recurring revenue potential. I'm not sure, but it would be interesting to dig into, hence the question mark. Maybe I could do a subscription for people who wanted their driveway power washed every month, right? So maybe generates profit within 30 days. If with the right equipment, I could probably go ahead and do that. Launch a new Amazon bundle, easy peasy. I can launch that right away under $1,000 investment. Can it be outsourced? No, not so much. Leverages my existing knowledge. Yes. I don't know why there's a question mark there. A recurring revenue potential. Yes, if I do a bundle that either sells regularly or people need to replenish. Generate profit within 30 days. Sometimes. Create a digital program. Can I launch within 90 days? Yes. Under 1,000 investment. Yes. Can be outsourced. I don't typically like to outsource the creation of any of my trainings, maybe some of the graphic creation or the use of AI to help me brainstorm or format things or reword. But mostly, I do most of my own digital content. Leverages my existing knowledge, absolutely. Recurring revenue potential, it could be, yeah. Generate profit within 30 days. So the digital training program, I could morph into a membership, a monthly membership for people who want to, for instance, learn how to buy and sell liquidation. Launch custom woodworking business. Launch in 90 days, probably, yeah, under $1,000 investment. I don't know because I have to buy equipment, so maybe, but I have to do more research. That's what the question mark means. Can it be outsourced? No. It would be like a little side hustle for giggles, just for fun. Leverages my existing knowledge somewhat, but I'd have to learn how to use the equipment. Recurring revenue potential, I don't know. Have to dig in. Generate profit within 30 days. Probably not. Don't know. Probably not. Launch a subscription box business. Can I launch it within 90 days? Yep. Under $1,000 investment. Absolutely. Can it be outsourced? Right now, no. I'm building my own boxes. But as I gain more subscribers and outgrow myself, either I can hire someone to come into my warehouse and prep the boxes, just hire a third-party logistics company to do it for me. Does it leverage my existing knowledge? I'm going to have to put a firm plus in that because I've already launched my box. Does it give me recurring revenue potential? Yes. I put double pluses on that one. Generate profit within 30 days. Yes. So this is my matrix. And I know you could have read that on your own, but I think giving you an explanation, in my reality, it was probably a little bit long-winded, but it'll help you understand how to do this in your own business. So do any of these ideas really stand out? Keeping in mind that the subscription box could be outsourced and leverages my existing knowledge, I'd say hands down, that's a big, bold yes on that one. And then the live selling on social media, I would say those two things right there would have the best profit potential and the shortest ramp up time. So those are the two that I chose. In fact, this is an old matrix from a few months ago, and those are the two that I chose to live sell on social media, specifically on Whatnot, WHATNOT. I now have 2 accounts on there, and I'm hiring live streamers to do it for me and with me. And to launch subscription boxes. It's no longer one box, it's multiple. In fact, literally yesterday, I just launched a T-shirt of the month club for my Farm Girl box. If you go to thefarmgirlbox.com, you can sign up and watch my marketing of that box. But I just launched a lower priced version of my $50 subscription box for 20 bucks called the T-shirt of the month club. So I'm not just launching one box to one market, I'm launching multiple offers to multiple markets. So anyway, if you've got any questions, I'll do a Q&A in the chat in just a couple of seconds. I just wanted to remind you if you'd like to come on board with my 90-day accelerated private coaching, I'm limiting it to 5 people. You can start today for 300 bucks and then 2 additional payments of 300, or save some money and just snag it for $795. And you can start when you want, by the way. You gotta, I'm only limited to 5 people because it's gonna take some time for me to help everybody, and I want to make sure that everybody gets personalized experience with me. To go to tinyurl.com/90accelerate, and here's what you get. You get 2 times a month. You're going to have a private session with me, either on Zoom or on the phone, your choice. It's going to be a done for you session where I help you implement in real time. So it's not just us jabbering. If you need a logo, if you need help working through the matrix, if you need to launch a Facebook page, build an email list, that session will be at the end of it, you'll have implemented the next piece of what you want to work on. Our goal is to take what your outcome of the matrix, that one idea that you wanted to run with for 90 days, and implement it in real time in 90 days. You'll have a post-session follow-up, notes, and next steps, so you know exactly what to focus on between calls. We're going to have a private Facebook group so that you'll have access to me between calls. So we don't just meet twice a month. We'll meet twice a month face-to-face or on the phone, but you can ask me questions, share your resources, share your assignments, get feedback between your sessions. So you have full access to me for 90 days. We're going to do a mindset shift coaching style. That's how I work. It's powerful when you're feeling overwhelmed or stuck. I can help you change your thoughts and focus, which can change your life. We'll explore using AI tools to accelerate your progress in less time. I'll show you exactly how I use on a daily basis for brainstorming, for some graphic creation, just to sort of jog some ideas that maybe I hadn't thought of, to flesh out ideas using different AI tools. You're going to get a recording of your Zoom calls on your computer so you can rewatch at your convenience. And then the most important part is momentum and accountability. So when I put a timeline on something for myself and I say 90 days, I'm going to launch this, and I can reverse engineer my daily activities so that every day, every week, every month, I can see progress towards that 90-day goal. That's really helpful to reverse engineer it instead of just saying, oh, I think I'll launch on social media live selling, but then not have a goal. So I'll help you create project plans that we can break down by day and by week for you. It doesn't matter if you're full-time or part-time. We can take whatever comes out of that matrix for you and accelerate that in 90 days. And then accountability. Having someone where you say, yes, I'm going to do this in 90 days, it kind of holds our feet to the fire, doesn't it? I know it does for me. So when you're feeling overwhelmed, I'll help you get to the root of the problem, find your simple solutions, and then make an action plan you can implement right away. So I invite you to come join me at the 90-day accelerator program. Again, you can start when you want in the next 30 days. You choose the start time. And from that day, we'll count down 90 days and we'll decide what you're going to work on next. And then we're going to implement it in that 90-day period. So you can grab that for $795 at tinyurl.com/90accelerate. Let me just copy that for you and put that in the chat, make it easier for you. Toot, 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 toot. And come over here. Boom. Again, first 5 people gets in there. And now I'm going to answer any questions you might have. No worries, Sarah. Hey, you can do for $300 a month, you can do the payment plan. It's doubtful that I will ever offer this at $795 again, just because it's as we get into fourth quarter, closer we get, the less time I have. But also, there's just stuff going on in the world, and I decided that I was going to carve out 90 days for 5 people. I was going to commit to that and make it as reasonably priced as possible so people who really needed the help in the 90 days to get to their next level would have an option to do that with me. Do you guys have any questions about the idea matrix? Any questions about the idea matrix? Let me go back up to the matrix and I'll pull the chat up to see whether or not you've got any questions about it that I can help you answer. There's the matrix. Do you have any questions about the matrix and how it works? We come back to the chat. What was the name of your degree and the place you earned it? State University College at Buffalo, and I have my major was corporate communication with a minor in creative problem solving, leadership, and development. And that program was launched at SUCB as a master's program, and they let some undergrads come in and take that program. So that's one of my minors, and I have a secondary minor in the German language. Not that that's at all to anything. And then I studied in Europe for many years, and then I lived there for quite a few years too. I finished up my university degree in Germany, in fact. So it's a mouthful, Sarah. Thanks for asking. I don't think anybody's asked me the name of my degree and the place I earned it. It's kind of cool. And I also was a facilitator at it's called CPSI, CPSI, Creative Problem Solving Institute, for several sessions during that time. So anybody have any questions about how to use the matrix? That's so cool. Some of your ideas seemed German to me. Oh, that's pretty funny. I never thought about that. Kannst du Deutsch, Sarah? Never thought about that. If we have a monthly payment goal, how could this benefit? Jen, what do you mean if you have a monthly payment goal, how could this benefit? The training or using the matrix? How would what benefit? And what do you mean by monthly payment goal? So do you mean by recurring revenue? Do you have a recurring revenue goal that you want to have, $3,000 a month recurring revenue in your next project? That would be one of your criteria, right? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so we'll evaluate all of your ideas against that criteria and only use an idea that we know we can create recurring revenue within 90 days. Does that make sense? 5K a month. Now, 5K a month in 90 days, we could probably get there, You'd have to work on nothing else exclusively. It might take a little bit longer than 90 days, but we can get to a couple grand a month in 90 days, in 3 months in recurring revenue. The subscription box would work. You could just do let's look at the numbers. So my subscription box is $50 a month. And how many subscribers would you need at $50 a month at, I've got a 60%, let me pull up a little calculator here. So 60% profit margin, selling it for $50 a month. How many subscribers would you need? And then we reverse engineer, how do we get that many subscribers? What do we need to do today, tomorrow, the next day to build a following in order to close 50 people into a subscription box? And I did exactly that with the Farm Girl box. I started with no followers as well back in, I believe, September. You can find the Farm Girl box on Facebook and see that we started with nothing. And then we started that page. We now have about 1,200 followers. I just ran some ads, and the ads were $5 a day. But the way that I set up those ads, in the when somebody opted in to that email list, I would immediately make them an offer for like a $25 chicken tote or something with earrings. So the ads paid for themselves and then some. And then I open up the subscription box to new subscribers between the 1st and the 10th of every month. And then again, yesterday I launched a $20 a month t-shirt of the month club for people who maybe are losing their jobs, or they're unsure about their income and they don't want to do $50 a month, but they can do $20 a month. And we launched that yesterday. And I can help you set all that up in 90 days. I can help you everything from I have no idea to choosing your niche, evaluating the niche to make sure it can handle the subscription box, and then choosing the name, creating a logo, all that. I did that in probably about 2 weeks in my own business for the Farm Girl Box, thefarmgirlbox.com. You can spy on me here. Thefarmgirlbox.com. You can go spy and watch what I did. I can show you how to do that in 90 days, easy peasy. I can also show you how to get products, easy peasy. I can show you how to get followers. Jen, I can help you with all of that in the coaching. So any other questions about the idea matrix or the coaching program, would be happy to welcome you in, the first 5 people, to the 90-day accelerator coaching program. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for all of you coming in. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being here and taking time out of your day. What are the limits of the matrix? I think there are any limits. I mean, you don't want to make it too big, because then you're kind of defeating the purpose of the matrix, which is to put order on chaos. If you make it too big, you're inviting overwhelm, right? So you want to just start small. If you just have 3 ideas and 3 criteria, and you match those up, right? And you evaluate 3 ideas. Start small. Try that. Start with something in your life, like I want to plant a garden. What kind of garden should it be? Right? And the ideas could be an indoor garden, an outdoor a vegetable garden, and a bonsai garden. And then your criteria could be, does it require water every day? Does it require me to pick fruit? Will my cats eat it? That would be one of my criteria, right? I'm probably not going to have herbs inside because they'll be gone. Yeah, my cats would see that as a snack. So you see how if you change your criteria, it's going to change the outcome. So just start with something small and practice that matrix. I have many ideas. Would we only work on one? Absolutely. I mean, no, I mean, I shouldn't say absolutely. So some ideas are easier to implement than others. Some ideas we can get to in, a couple of weeks, done, and then we choose the next one. So you have 90 days coaching. If you want to do back to back to back idea implementation, I'm okay with that too. Um, I can help you regardless of where you're at, even if you're starting with no target market, no email list, you're not sure what you want to do next. Just by the nature of the fact that I've been in e-commerce since 1996, I've been in digital marketing since 2002, and I've got my fingers in a bunch of different businesses right now. So I've got a pretty varied background, and I can usually help direct you in whatever business you're going to go into, except anything that's like maybe illegal or something. I don't do that. So, can we do a quick Zoom? Absolutely, Jen. We can do a quick Zoom after. So, Jen, can you message me on Facebook? Again, my name is Barbara Drazga. For those of you who are new to me, Barbara Drazga, go ahead and message me on Facebook. And we're going to go ahead and end this training. Thank you, Heath and Jen and Sarah and Wilhelm. Miss Deutsche Wilhelm? Must be, right? Alaska, I don't know, you could be Italian. At any rate, thank you for coming in, everybody. I'll see you hopefully in the 90-day accelerator. If not, reach out to me on Facebook, Barbara Drazga, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have about how to build your business. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming in.